There was a time when Lionel Messi was not playing as a false nine. In fact, during his early years at Barcelona, Messi was mostly used on the right wing. He would start wide, cut inside onto his stronger left foot, and attack defenders 1 versus 1. He was already one of the best young players in the world. But Pep Guardiola believed Messi could become something even greater. And the idea that changed football forever was born just days before one of the biggest matches in the world, Barcelona versus Real Madrid in Santiago Bernabéu. By 2009, Guardiola's Barcelona was already dominating Spain. But Pep was obsessed with improvement. And against Real Madrid, Pep saw a space nobody else noticed. A weakness hidden inside Madrid's defensive structure. A few days before El Clasico, Guardiola called Messi. Not during training. Not in a team meeting. Personally. According to the story, Pep asked Messi to come to his office. When Messi arrived, Guardiola showed him footage of Real Madrid. He pointed toward a specific area between Madrid's midfield and defensive line. A zone where defenders didn't know whether to follow or stay. Pep called it Messi's zone. And then Guardiola proposed something radical. Instead of playing on the wing, Messi would play as the center forward. But not really. Traditionally, a number 9 stays high. He occupies the center backs. He waits inside or around the penalty box. But Guardiola wanted the opposite. When Barcelona had the ball, Messi would drop deep into midfield. The Madrid center-backs faced an impossible decision. If they followed Messi, they would leave space behind them. If they stayed back, Messi would receive the ball freely between the lines. Either way, Barcelona won. This role later became known around the world as the false nine. Then came the match. Barcelona traveled to the Bernabéu. What happened next looked almost unfair. Every time Messi dropped deeper, Madrid's defensive structure became confused. The center-backs didn't know who should mark him. The midfielders couldn't stop him from turning. And once Messi received the ball facing forward, Barcelona's attacking machine exploded. Thierry Henry attacked one side. Samuel Eto'o attacked the other. Xavi and Iniesta controlled the midfield. And Messi became the conductor. Not from the wing. Not from the striker position. But from the space between them. Barcelona won 6-2. At the Bernabéu. Against their biggest rivals. And Messi scored twice. For Guardiola, the experiment was over. The verdict was clear. It worked. From that moment onward, Messi increasingly became Barcelona's false nine. And football would never be the same again. What made the role so special? The answer lies in one simple question. How do you defend a player who doesn't stay where he's supposed to be? Defenders are trained to mark positions. Strikers stay high. Midfielders stay deeper. Wingers stay wide. Messi ignored all of those rules. Sometimes he looked like a striker. Sometimes he looked like a number 10. Sometimes he looked like a midfielder. And because he could dribble, pass, create, and score at an elite level, every decision defenders made became the wrong one. The false nine wasn't just a tactical role. It was the perfect role for Messi. Most strikers could never play it. A traditional number 9 might have the finishing but not the creativity. An attacking midfielder might have the creativity but not the goal-scoring instinct. Messi had both. He could create chances for others. And finish them himself. That's why the role became synonymous with him. Years later, many teams tried to copy it. Some used Cesc Fabregas. Others used Francesco Totti. Later we saw players like Dries Mertens playing similar roles. But nobody replicated it quite like Messi. Because the system wasn't built around the role. The role was built around Messi. Perhaps that's the biggest lesson from Guardiola. Great coaches don't force players into systems. Great coaches build systems around extraordinary players. Pep saw a space between Madrid's lines. He called it Messi's zone. And inside that space, football discovered one of its most revolutionary tactical weapons: the false nine. And the player who mastered it better than anyone else: Lionel Messi.